What's up? It's Josh with Wyrm on the Moon. Today I'm going to be watching some more swola 153 entries. I'm not going to do as many as I have in past weeks, but I'm going to try to do as thorough a job as I have done before. These are all going to be new to the series, but definitely not new to these guys. Without further ado, let's get going. We're going to start with the man, Jimi Hendrix. Not the Jimi Hendrix, but you know. Love that snake bite, man. And then the solar guitar on top of it. First off, the tone, pristine as always. I had issue with this one, and if you've watched mine, you know. Again, it's another swola drum pattern. It just starts right in the middle of a fast beat. Like there's no intro, there's no build up. It's just like it's so hard for me to get creative like that. That's why I end up putting intros on there, and then I don't join the swola contender stream because that would, you know, don't want to make people sit through 15 seconds of an intro. But come on, Ola, give us like something, even a count in. Like this is just like straight into this like thrash beat at 220 BPM. So Jimmy jumps straight in. You can hear it's already going as it goes in. Yeah. So one thing I really like here is that during the in-between parts, the chuggy parts, it's all at down pick. And then the chords between, he's doing the alternate strumming. Watch his right hand. That's strumming, all down pick, strum. Those cool little half step, little pull-offs, one fret, just it's outlining an interesting harmony. Feels really Phrygian. Well, that sounded like the minor second there. Not the minor second, the major second. So maybe it's not Phrygian. Maybe it's just whatever. That's the beauty of metal. I got this riff. This riff really feels like it's an evolution from the previous one, because the previous one we hear just a da-da, little half step pull offs. Now it's developing into more of a full theme. So instead of it's like contrast riff. Look at the minimal motion in that right hand, man. It's like very controlled and precise. It almost seems effortless. Snakebite very appropriate for this because that feels like a Hetfield riff. Listen to especially the transition part of the riff where it right here. great melodic, man. Like that. I'm a sucker for melodic leads. I love shred, but melodic leads is where it really gets me. Like I love a good melodic lead. Listen to how it comes in. It's really outlining the chord progression. Little counterpoint harmony there. The rhythm is coming down while the melody's going up. Never go wrong. Ever, ever go wrong with a nice unison bend like that. Like, really build some momentum with that last lick there. Like it's like a pedal tone lick, right? Where everything's coming back to that. It sounds like a B. Well, it might not be a B, but playing. Here. Yeah. And then that bend at the end, it's like sounds like it's like almost like a specter, like great job. There's one part in there that I didn't comment on now, but when I was listening the first time, I was like, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, and there it is. And it was where he adds the harmony on one of his runs. Right there. When I think of like the things that I love the most about In Flames, old In Flames, was their harmonized riffing, right? Like, they would have three guitars really cover the spectrum. You'd have somebody playing the root, somebody playing the third, somebody playing the melody to that third, the harmony to that third, which basically came out as a root third fifth. So it was like a full chord melody, but it wasn't always strictly that. Anyway, one of the masters of that, of giving that kind of feel to me, is Jimmy. Blashtoff is another one who just almost always puts it in somewhere and it always just sounds so good. Like they've got that style that's melodic death metal that just, I love. Man, Jimmy, it's like the whole thing was just like so, it's like effortless. Like he's just like sitting there just chilling out, man, just gonna melt your face with some metal. So nice job, bud. All right, we got JSOR. Man, JSOR, I can already see he's got it. He's got it tabbed out down here. I don't know how long, what kind of effort that is to do, but that's so cool. And I can't even imagine trying to tab it out. So it says more thrash and E standard. E standard don't get enough love, man. It's like the heaviness comes from your right hand. It and how you hit it, the pressure you put when you palm mute. Yeah, sure, heavier tuning, lower tuning sounds lower when the frequency, but man, it's about the attitude, the way you attack it. And I guarantee you, this is going to be heavy as shit. Right back at you, brother. Like I said, heavy as shit. E standard, man. I couple weeks ago, I tuned, or probably a month or so ago now, I tuned my guitar down to drop C. First time I've ever done that, and I didn't like it. D standard was fine, but when I dropped it to C, it didn't sound good to me. I had to make adjustments on the guitar for one thing. Like I had to put the tone knob in a place I don't normally do it, and in all my presets and stuff, and to get it sounding okay. But D standard sounded fine. Drop D is my preference, which is just E standard with the E string drop to a D. So that's why D standard probably sounds okay to me. But drop C just seems too low to me. For my sound. I love hearing other people play in it, but I don't know if it's just the guitar or what. Anyway, E standard don't get enough love, and let's show Jacer some love here, man. 2 minor third, chug on the open. It's 220 BPM, man. Like doing anything more than quarter notes is fast to me on 220. And like, is he doing? Yeah, triplets. I guess I could have just looked down here. He's doing like triplets, man. That's such a cool sound right there. I believe he's hitting the minor second there. I can look at the tab if I could see the tab. I'm getting old, man. My eyes. Yeah, he's hitting the minor second, which is cool because before he was hitting the major second. So it's like a fluctuation between um, ALN and Phrygian. That's right there sounds like some straight up uh, like Metallica when Kirk started doing more doing melodic leads that James would harmonize with. Heard it a lot more on their live stuff in the early like Injustice for All days and stuff like that. You'd hear a lot of that, right? Or like some Testament, something like that, like the band, not really cool. Harmonized anything, whether lead or riffage, always does it for me. God, this riff, man, coming out of one other thing I want to say about during the lead is listen to what he's doing behind the lead. Listen to the rhythm guitar. It's playing like some arpeggios. Clean. It's not clean, but it's clean. It creates a really interesting harmony. Coming out of that into looks like the fifth into the flat sixth is like really cool. It brings like the tension, everything up, the pattern dun 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 with the drum beats. Like it really feels like the evolution of the song. It feels like a different part of the song, maybe a bridge, kind of like using Metallica a lot tonight, but it's a very thrashy beat, right? But like Creeping Death, the die riff, right? Dun, 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 dun. Probably the best riff in the song. Might be the best riff on that album, which is kind of nuts because Ride the Lightning's awesome. Anyway, it's got that kind of like introduction of like this is a climatic part of the song. I'm not ready for it to end. I need you to like go ahead and write another part there for me. Like great stuff, man. Like Jay Sore. Jaysor. Let me know, bro. Great stuff, man. Larry Martins. Oh, man. This guy. I think it's very fitting that him and Dave Untal have started doing a project together because he is really brutal, right? Like one of the most brutal, brutal players, right? And but he also always has this like weird atmospheric stuff going on that it just all fits together beautifully. So let's see what's going on. He's even got the spaceship,
You're doing a beautiful job.
Oh man, God, there's so much to go over in that. Another thing I really like about this, Larry is one of like the nicest freaking people. This community is wonderful anyway. So many nice people. He's like one of the nicest guys. You look at him, you're like, oh man, this dude looks like a bouncer. Like he's gonna kick your ass and haul your ass out of the club, right? And he's just like such a chill, nice dude. And then like that brutality comes out. It's like, oh man, okay. So holy crap, this harmony in the beginning. Listen to this.
You're doing a beautiful job.
You are. So right away, it's got some kind of pitch shifter on there. It's adding a harmony, and it's not like straight third harmony either. It's like a almost sounds like a fourth and an octaver. I may be off on that. And then after it goes through twice like that, brings up another, and that definitely sounds like an octave on top of that. But maybe it's not an octave. Maybe that's like a minor seventh on the top. I don't have perfect pitch, and I'm still working to develop my ear. But I hear intervals a lot better than I hear notes. Like I can hear two different notes play at the same time and tell you the interval better than I could tell you, well, that's an A and that's an E. Or I'm going, oh, that's a fifth. Let me back that up. I want to hear that transition. Okay, two things going on right here. First off, that harmony sounds wicked, but if you really listen in, you're going to hear like a kind of sound go on with it that I don't know if that's just reaction from the pick hitting the string and it's a sound that the pickup is hearing some kind of weird harmonic, or if he's doing that with another layer. Either way, it's really freaking cool. And you've got a chord going on in the background. Oh, it's so dissonantly gorgeous. Like you don't listen to that sound and think, oh, that's beautiful, because it's not. It's meant to be horrid, right? But it works compositionally, and it just and then where it goes from there, it sets up dissonance, and it's still got like that kind of a weird discordant melody. Like it sounds like very diminished, right? It's not a pleasant melody, but now that you've got the full power chords coming behind it and you don't have the harmony on top of it, it stands out more and it feels resolved, even though it's still like a really unstable, chaotic, beautiful thing. Listen to this change, right? Listen to how it feels when we go from the crazy harmony into the power chords. Still got that little... Dude. Larry, that's freaking cool, dude. Like I said, him and Dave is a wonderful combination of craziness. Like, you should check out their stuff, man. All right, Carlo. Carlo's always got this like super aggressive, almost too much gain kind of sound, but I don't want to ever tell anybody they have too much gain, because is there such a thing? I don't think there is. Carlo, nice dude. Nice job, dude. All right. So again, listen to the first part, and it is so heavy. And like I said, it's almost too much gain, but there's no such thing, in my opinion, as too much gain, especially doing this. We're trying to do like a perfect mix or something, right? Like featuring other things. Okay, whatever. But for riff contest, man, like, So we're going from a power chord to what looks like the flat fifth power chord, but the flat fifth is diminished. So it's all kinds of dissonance, beautiful dissonance. This is the building of intensity part. If you've ever watched, I don't know, 3 of my videos, you'll know that I love doing pedal tone pull-offs in my riffs. I don't know why, it's just something I love doing, especially in drop D. It gives it, especially in drop D, you make a real southern sounding thing, because it's basically the blues scale, the D blues scale, over the top. Real easy to do. Anyway, so if you notice, chord, and then a line in between. He's doing those little pull-offs all on one string or 2 different strings, and it creates like a pedal tone in the fill. If you don't know what a pedal tone is musically, it's like, I've used this twice now. You have like one note, and you play a different note, then you play that same note again, and you play a different note, and it like do. So you can do that with like an open string kind of thing, or you can do it with like playing a scalar pattern where you like but it's all coming back to that one note. Basically, like any kind of tap sequence, a lot of times is based off of a pedal tone. But yeah, just watch his fingers come down the A string here. Pedal tone. And then he does something similar on the D string, but he grabs the A string in there too. But I mean, that's a really cool little thing that you can do to just add extra sound to your riff that's not picking every note. It has its own unique, distinct flavor because you have the sound of the pull off, and it creates an interesting harmony within itself of the ringing of the string. It's something you don't get the sound of by playing both notes exactly. Yeah. So you get the sound of the hammer on and the pull off and then the ringing of the string, and it all creates just an interesting sound that you're not going to hear by picking every note. Oh, that's so well done. I did not expect that harmony. I did not expect that to go from that chord to that chord. Like, but it sounded amazing. It sounded so good. That's one of those things. It's like subverting expectations with something that just works. That's the beauty of music. And it's the melody, man. It's the melody that makes that work, right? And it just, oh, it sounds gorgeous. Yeah, man. Tonally wise, like I said, it's almost too much gain. I would back if I was trying to make a nice mix, and feel free to completely ignore what I'm saying because this is just my preference. I might bring back not the pregame but the postgame, bring it down like a quarter of whatever it's set at, give you more clarity in the strings. You'll hear those chordal tones a little bit better. However, it still sounds really good like it is, and it's a great like brutal sound, right? Like, you know, you hear guys on YouTube like preach like, oh, you don't need as much gain as you think you do. Well, maybe you do. It depends on what you're doing. Everybody always wants to give advice based on exactly what they are doing, and not everybody wants to play your stuff, right? Like if you want to play doom metal, like those guys telling you to play with less gain are wrong, right? Doom metal, you need more. So, you know, like I said, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt there. It sounds really good the way it is. So, but if you were wanting to achieve more string definition, I'd back off the post game just a little bit. But you ain't got to change a thing. It sounds good, brother. Keep kicking ass, Carlo. All right, Guitar Fascination. Man has more guitars than I could even dream of. Man, he makes them all sound really good. Iffy riffs over gnarly drums. Oh, Explorer. Oh, hell yeah. I call him my brother from down under because I think he's Australian. Australia, not Australia, Australia. I'm I'm not going to try and do an Australian accent. First off, sound very dark and heavy. It's really cool. I love the approach right here. And I am so guilty personally of a lot of times when it's those fast, crazy drums trying to do too much, right? Sometimes just take a little back of a minimalistic approach. Chugging on the E string, and then throwing just little subtle doo-doo, doo-doo. It sounds really good, man. Like, like it's like you say iffy riffs, right? You know, simple riffs, right? Does it sound good? Because if it sounds good, it is good. I think that guitarists, and I'm as guilty as anybody, we overthink our stuff and be like, oh, it's too easy, it's too simple, nobody's gonna like that. Some of the greatest riffs of all time, in fact, I would say most of the greatest riffs of all time, they're simple. They're based on something like somebody that's beginning guitar can pick up and maybe not do perfectly, but they can do well enough that it's recognizable, right? You know, Smoke on the Water riff is one of the first things that anybody learns. Iron Man, you know, that type of stuff. It's not a lot of Metallica. People learn to play guitar on Metallica, and it's not super complex stuff, right? Does it sound good? Does it sound good with what the drums are doing? If its answer is yes, then it is good. It sounds good, brother. Feel the build. Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with sustained power chords, man, especially when between you add the little palm muted, get that extra percussive nature into it. Right? Yeah. Yeah. There's something about chugging on an open low string, whether it's E string or B string, if you're 7 string, whatever, and then playing to the groove with the next string down, right? Just, it's a recipe to always sound good. It's going to sound good. It sounds good. It sounds good. It is good. You punctuate it with power chords. That's metal, man. You know, like there's nothing iffy about these riffs. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know if I made that clear enough. Like, I see the title and say iffy riffs. Nah, mate. They're good riffs. Good job, buddy. Okay, Clown Corpse. Man, I've missed the last couple of Clown Corpse drops. I'm going to have to go back and check them out. Man, I see other people on here, so apparently he's guested with some people. Clown Corpse is one of these multi-talented guys, but he might be one of my favorite lead guitar players in swola, which is saying a lot because I love a lot of lead guitar players in here. His leads are always the right mix of shred and feel, like just screaming stuff to me. I say that and he might not even play lead in this one. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, he does mean vocals too. What did I say? You ain't gonna play any lead in that one at all. Damn. I was not expecting that voice to come out of that human being right there. I don't know why I'm surprised. I just thought, oh, we're gonna hear some, you know. No, that was awesome. Okay. This first part really reminds me of like Subterranean in Flames before the Anders Frieden joined the band. Like the riff, very like early melodic death metal or black metal inspired. Like, it's fast, tremolo picked harmony. In the video, all you see is playing the chords, but you can definitely hear the tremolo picked lines. This is the part that really reminded me of Subterranean influence. I gotta hear that part again. Like, the vocal inflection going up and getting the higher, like, it's like not grunts, it's more like growls. It's more like high-pitched snarls. I really like that descending riff. Like, it's descending over like maybe like a 1/7/6 chord progression, right? It's like da 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 da, you know, sped up da 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 da. It's like root, fifth, fourth, fifth of each chord, tremolo picked with harmony. Sounds freaking cool. Might not be the fourth, it might be the third. I'm gonna watch it again. Whatever it was, it sounded really cool. And I like this slow build up. It's not slow build, but like, listen to the listen to the single notes. That rising feeling. You see this moment come up? It's so cool because behind is like a very melodic lead line, and the chord progression itself, the harmony in it is very discordant, but with that melodic lead line, it sounds so good. And then you've got this like woman singing deep, forceful growls over it, like a super contrast to, I believe Clown's name is Johnny. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's like a really nice contrast in different harsh vocal stylings, right? Because he's got the higher kind of like sound, and she's got the deeper sound, right? And I have a horrible death metal voice, so I'm not going to kill my throat trying to do it. I'm not familiar with my man on the bass there, but that was a cool little run he did at the end. Watch. Really nice. Clown, man, good job. I really wish I had picked one that you played solo in to react to. I gotta go back and watch the last couple you did, man. I've been real behind. I'm sorry. So one of the reasons why I waited really late to do it this time was because I really wanted to live react to a couple of people that I haven't seen post theirs the last couple of times, or they posted it right after I did all my live react recordings. Other reason, I was really busy this weekend, so I didn't get the chance to do it. But I'm really happy that I held off because I'm going to get to live react to Bunty. And Bunty is just, he's the man. Not to mention the dude just always looks so freaking cool standing up there. The long hair, the pointy guitars, man. Okay. A lot of times with Bunty stuff, I have to listen to it 2 or 3 times to pick up all that's going on. And this is one of those times. First off, great short introduction into these drums. We're 4 seconds in and we're already in, but I felt like I was introduced to it. Like a nice descending tremolo. It sounded tremolo. Was it triplets? I don't know if it's triplets or not, but just a simple descended line played really quick, set the tone, set the mood. Oh yeah, check this out. So the first part of this riff, by the way, I really appreciate the little facts about the Jackson Kelly over here. That's really cool. You've got dun, 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 a line, then it goes up to the third, dun, 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 plays a different line, plays the third, dun, 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 again, and then brings it back to, it sounds like the flat second. It's a really cool, apologize, let me start it. Okay, it didn't go to the flat second, it's just the second, but either way, it's still really cool. Let's do it again. If I'm not mistaken, the first part of that run there is the first part of the descending lick that introduced the song. Yes. Bunty will do that in his stuff. Like, there'll be a theme. It's like slowly evolved or devolved from different things. And if you listen, there'll be stuff at the end that started at the beginning. Actually, I think he did go to the flat second there, and then the major third, which would be Phrygian dominant. Classic where it's like dun 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 with a repeated motif over it. Oh, that was cool. That was tasty. That run in between there. Hell yeah, dude. That had some grit and some attitude to it. That was the opening lick. Listen. Yeah, 100%. And now time for some solo. It's like melodic, but not what you expect at all, right? And then that's very shreddy. Now listen to the riff going on behind it. It's either the first riff or a slight variation of the first riff. but it's over a different drum beat, so it sounds different, even if it's the same riff. And it's really cool the tonal possibilities it opens up, because it's not a diatonic riff. Like, there's a lot of notes that are outside the key, I believe. I could be wrong, but Bunty, man. Guy's got the best hair and the coolest guitars in the swola community. Prove me wrong. Well, there's a lot of cool guitars and cool hair in the swola community. I am going to have to stop with this last one. It's just Philip or just Philippe. I've always thought in my mind it's Philippe, but it might just be Philip. I don't know. It's just Philip P. What's up, man? I have no idea what to expect, but that's the beauty of his stuff, man. Like, I've called him like the most Dream Theater sounding riffer here, but then he does stuff completely off the wall. It doesn't sound anything like that. He's got a skeleton cowboy on like a fiery horse here as his thumbnail. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's hit play. What the hell did I just watch? I don't know how many of you were like ever big fans of the TV show Lost, but every week it'd be like I'd be sitting there and be like not knowing what in the heck is really going on, and at the end it'd just like go to black and you'd hear the Lost pop up. I'm always like, what the? That's how I feel sometimes watching his. Like, I don't know how I can break this down musically because it's just beyond my understanding. But let's watch it again and see what I can do. First off, holy crap, it's heavy. Ah, that bend, dude. What the hell? So we got it's in drop E. So we're talking about bass territory. It's got chunky, but it doesn't sound bad. It sounds really good. It's so it's like a chunky E and then a harmonic. That bend, it sounds like it's in pain, but it's so perfect for it. Oh, man. Sometimes I really hate listening to people bend strings because they bend them too perfectly and too quickly, right? Maybe it's just because of, I grew up in the southern United States, hearing like a lot of blues and southern rock and even some country and stuff, and like the slow, deliberate, not quite always in key bends, right? This has nothing to do with any of that, but it reminds me of that because I don't know what he actually is bending to. It is not a half step or a full step. It feels somewhere between, and that's perfect. he does bend to the right pitch eventually, right? But it takes so long getting there. It creates that sense of, and then just for the very tail end, it's like, oh, okay, there it is, right? That resolution. And I mean, that's music, is tension and release. A lot of other things too. But in music, like, creating interesting music, create that tension and resolve it, right? So, oh, then you harmonize it. What the hell, man? Look at this face. Look at this face. He knows. He knows he's doing some cool shit right here. It's like a sitar on acid, man. Like, like straight up, you dip the sitar in just a pool of like freaking, not even acid, like PCP, man. Like, this is like, what the hell? That is so freaking cool. That's just chonky as hell. And then you harmonize. And now you pull some like Polypheus type sounding tone out and doing a very like kind of Polyphia type riff, but heavier and at the bottom of it. That's got that Dream Theater kind of groove to it, right? Wink. You gotta get the wink, man. Wait for it. I don't know what else to say, man. You're the proggiest contender that I watch on a regular basis. And I watch probably like 40 to 50 people every week, and then probably another 35 to 60 people, not every week, but somewhat regularly. And like, you've got like Dave Antal's out there with the planetary stuff. You got Larry who's right on that kind of same wavelength but more brutal, and then you're the proggiest guy, and I'm freaking here for it, man. Like, God, I'm gonna watch it again. Wink. Oh God, I love the wink. It's just Philippe. Philip. It's just Philip P. Philip P. E. Man. Oh, I'm gonna have that. I didn't have anybody else lined up for this because I only pulled up I think 8. Uh, but I don't know if I could watch another one right now if I wanted to. That was wow. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it off there. I've been sitting here an hour, and I've told myself I was gonna do 30 minutes today, but here I am. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you want to check out mine, I'll put it on the screen, like maybe there, maybe it's there. I don't know how it's going to lay out. I think it's going to be there though. I think my video's there, and then I'll put the playlist of these here if you want to see other reactions. Anyway, I'll probably keep doing these. I'm not going to be able to do next week's. I guarantee that because yeah, I'm just not going to be available to do that. I may do this week's swola. I'm not sure. I haven't even listened to the drums yet, but I won't be able to react to this week's. So apologize for that, but I will probably try and make this thing a regular thing. And let me know something if you're still watching. Let me know if you want to hear. Generally, I only include in this video like positive stuff. Like I don't, if I had a negative reaction to somebody's, or like I really want to fix like something about their, or give them advice about something, I usually just cut that out because I'm not about that. One thing I've always loved about this community is so positive and uplifting, and that's all I want to do. I want to like lift people up, and I don't want to include reactions where I didn't enjoy something, or if I'm critiquing something in a negative manner. But if you guys want to hear like some constructive feedback, if I ever have those thoughts, let me know, and I might include those. But like right now, I just want to just lift everybody up because I've got nothing but love for this community and what it's meant to me over the past couple of years, and hopefully what it'll mean going forward. So anyway, peace, love, happiness, wishing it all for you. And I remembered green dot more, although I still see myself looking off over here sometimes. Green dot.